Hello people watching the VOD. I'm like 50% sure all of the audio and such is working. I haven't streamed in a while. I'm also just not gonna look at my connection, because if I can't see that it says horrible connection, then it doesn't say horrible connection. Excuse me. Alrighty. I forgot I made that. Still the best transition. This looks bad. Need the texture back on. So today, I'm going to probably be building interiors. So I gotta get some water, hold up. Yeah, I'm gonna be building interiors for these buildings. For a little mini game that I'm making. Because they don't have anything in them yet. That's the roof. Yeah. I'll see. I might see if I can. I don't actually know if I have a streaming profile set up for Blockbench or if that will actually work, but I might model something in that. I kind of doubt that after all this time that will still work though. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and then when I get bored, which I inevitably will, because I don't really like doing interiors, I'm going to go play survival on my, not modded, but the server I basically test all my data packs on, so it's got a lot of random stuff on it. Alright. Also expect things to go wrong, because I haven't streamed in ages, and I wasn't that good at it when I actually did it the first time anyway. Actually, that... No, that did work, okay. I don't have enough monitors for this. It's still saying good connection. That's the longest it's ever said that for. Which means this may actually be live and may actually be streaming. Wait. Oh, I did set it to public. I was about to say, if I had set that to private, that would have been awkward. Right, I'm gonna leave this building because no idea what to do. Well, actually, no, I kind of know what I want to do for this building. Because this is going to be a little, grape field? I don't know if that's what you call it. Where they grow all the grapes to make wine. This is going to be like the fancy wine tasting area. You buy the wine, and then you sit out here. Just pretend this is like the sea. It kind of cuts off. It's a 100 by 100 map right now, but... yeah. You drink the fancy wine, you go, that's wine. Then you look at the sea. Might as well start here since I've done a little bit on it. Just gonna give myself night vision. So I'm not in the dark, because I've made it this far with this interior. See, the problem with making, as you can probably tell, I'm using custom textures and such. The problem with making interiors specifically with custom textures is you sort of, well, not necessarily with them, but when you know you have the option to, like, you know, add a chair, add a table, it's really hard to just go, you know, what am I going to build in here? Because you could just model every single thing and then have it look exactly how you want it to look. as opposed to actually building it out of things. And that makes it really hard because it's still Minecraft. I still want to build things in Minecraft, but I don't really know what things to build and what to sort of model. That's why, oh hello. I've even with the doorways, I didn't want like a Minecraft doorway. I wanted it to feel a bit, all the textures need polishing. It's kind of janky right now, but yeah. Hello. Wow, actually, I'm very surprised that someone would show up, and it would be you out of everybody. I haven't streamed it so long, and I last time what I did is I was like, oh, let me tell everybody I'm streaming, let me do everything, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stream, and then my internet was just like, no, you're not going to stream. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna stream, and then, yeah. So I decided not to bother announcing anything, because that's why I don't need to be held to a schedule, really, because I can just, if it happens to be working, then it, then I'll stream, but if it doesn't work, then I just won't stream, no one would never know. Actually, you know what, I need to... Yes, you are. I was gonna say, when I sent that announcement, I checked who had the role, because I was like, is everybody actually gonna get this ping? I need to change the floor out. I like the smooth stone for the kitchen, but maybe not for the... Obviously we need a new counter. Look. We need a nice floor for the restaurant. Probably want to go with some planks. Yeah, that's what I found with most of my streams, is I'd announce it and then everybody would say, oh yeah, by the way, I'm not awake then. Which was not great. Also, that does not look like it's... Okay. See, when I tested out the stream, I was like unbelievably loud. It was like stupidly loud. Oh, sorry. I was stupidly quiet. And the music was, okay, the music is always a pain. I can't, audio is not something I ever understand, whether it's streaming or whatever, but I don't know. Hopefully it's not horrible quality too, because I have a new microphone that's, well, theoretically should be pretty good. Now I might as well start here. That fly speed is way too fly-y. Be able to hear all my keyboard sounds too, because I can't figure out how to properly set up my gain. Oh, I'm too quiet? Oh man. How about now? Because I saw it peaking before and I was like, that's probably not good. Oh man. It physically... Oh no, I can. Hold on. I can get the microphone closer to my face. I don't... See, this is the thing, right? Well, I don't know what to do at this point, because, like, my microphone's gain is on the max gain. The microphone audio in OBS is at the max level it can be. I mean, like, I'm definitely not one to speak quietly, so... Did you turn the stream up, or is it just, like, on your default audio? If I turn the music volume down, and you turned the video, or the stream volume all the way up, because that's what I found. I sounded fine, but my audio was, like, only at, like, half, sort of halfway. At least on the, when I did all the test streams. So yeah, that's... Again, this is what I said. Audio does not work. What do you mean before it was fine? I didn't change anything from before. Hold on. Yeah, that's weird. It said... Hold on a minute. Oh, wait, I can. Let me use that thing that I also don't know how to use. Oh, that's the wrong. No, that's not it. Hold on. Here we go. My audio interface. Oh, of course, because it needs an update. Yeah, don't mess me up right now. Just... no, it's at its max. My microphone is peaking. It's saying like I'm peaking and it's still not loud enough. Okay, well, if you can at least hear me, that's good. I'll have to fix it next time. But quite literally every bit of software that controls my audio is currently on the max of how loud it can go. So I don't know what to do at this point. But yeah, if you can hear me, that's good. Also, let me know if the music is too loud. Yeah, no, don't watch me. You study. You do what you need to do. This is basically just a test stream anyway, a test stream where people could join. I'm just generally asking what it sounds like to other people because my videos on YouTube, whenever I specifically watch them, default to the lowest possible like resolution, so they look horrible. So I never judge it off what it seems like to me, because for some reason whenever I seem to interact with my own things, it doesn't seem to work very well. So yeah. So find out. Any music? Okay, that's good. Well, that's the first time I've got the music. The music is almost on max too. And it is not. It's already fairly loud, so I'd be very surprised if it wasn't. We need a counter. No, that's gonna blend in with the wall. Need something that won't blend in with the wall. Is that gonna look weird? No, actually, this should be fine. Bye-bye. I get more water. I used some caveman engineering to fix my water bottle because it's metal, and the metal cap that the metal cap that's supposed to be glued to the top part of my water bottle that like goes onto the top, you screw off, right? It kept falling off, like the metal bit over the top, because it was actually just a plastic bit underneath that the metal bit was glued to. And yesterday I dropped it, like, on its head, and it put a massive dent in it, but it, like, smashed the metal into the plastic so hard that it's now one piece again, so I fixed it. Which is good, because I had no luck fixing it any other way. All I had to do was drop it, and then it started working. It's an andesite. Actually, I don't even need to do that. I can just do this. But I'm gonna sneeze. I don't have a mute button on this microphone. It's incredibly hard. I need to like pause the game and then move my mouse over and mute myself on OBS. It's the only way I know how to mute myself right now. So I couldn't make it in time. Yeah, actually, that's kind of nice. Keeps it separate. Actually, that's good. If I leave it like that, it's kind of like we're like, oh, hello. And the wooden part separate. This is the restaurant area, and then actually maybe there should be a one with doors, because maybe it should be with doors, because would you want to be seeing into the... No, yeah, that view of the kitchen is way too good. We can't... That'd be weird. Just gotta remember how to do this. Yeah. Remove that. Oh, hey, Leo. Yeah, I decided this time that I just wouldn't tell anybody if I was streaming, so if it didn't end up working, then nobody would be like, why aren't you streaming? Good way to take the pressure off if my internet just decides that today is not the day. I always get this wrong. Get that. There we go. Wonderful. That does look better. I mean, the door's obviously open because I want people to be able to make it all the way around this area. In case you were wondering, this is a mini game, like a hide and seek mini game where you sort of camouflage. Okay, that's why my fly speed wasn't as high. Camouflage around this village. It's not done yet, but yeah, you can camouflage and people have to come and find you. But I need to do the interiors because none of them have. No, I'm only on YouTube. I would preferably be streaming on Twitch, but I just currently have my old streaming setup from last time I streamed, which was like half a year ago, I think. And it was for YouTube. And I would be dual streaming, but my internet can barely handle this. So I wouldn't be putting too much sort of pressure on it by streaming if it can hardly handle one stream at a time. Although Twitch is obviously made for streaming, so it might be a good idea to do it on that. But yeah, this is basically just a test stream but with people, because I've done enough test streams and I can't figure out basically what's wrong with it, because every time I do, something weird goes wrong and I don't understand how to do it. I also have a new microphone and I don't know how to use it properly, so yeah. Because apparently I'm still quiet, and while I would believe that, it's annoying, because obviously I can't hear myself, but it's annoying to... It's annoying for that to happen, because my audio is maxed out on every single application that is currently running my audio through it, so you can't really get any louder than this. My microphone's also peaking on OBS, which most likely does not sound good. But I don't know what to do. Oh, that's good. Well, yeah, I've got like a actual, what is it, XLR? I think that's the cable, an XLR? Yeah, I think it's an XLR microphone, so I need like an audio interface now. That is also going into the red, which also doesn't look good. But yeah, I don't know. It's difficult because I don't know if like my audio is being messed up because of my internet, or if it's just generally something wrong with... I mean, it probably isn't wrong with the microphone, because again, it's a good microphone, but better than my last one. But yeah, I'm gonna do the old beehive box trick. Where am I gonna put it? I want to make this a shelf sort of thingy. No, I haven't. Would you believe? No, you probably would believe because you know me. I have never finished an adventure map. And that sounds stupid, right? Because you're like, hold on. That's like your thing. You make adventure maps, right? I do, and I have worked on like over 20 of them over time. And I have never finished one of them. I'm planning to make this one my first. But it's not going well because it's kind of... Actually, I got someone on to help me with it yesterday because I need help with the coding aspect of it. I can actually show some of the coding aspects of it. So if I give myself brick camo... Tundra is cancelled. That was cancelled like a very long time ago. Oh, you'll be able to hear my chair squeak too. Wonderful. Yeah, it was cancelled because I don't know why. I sort of stopped really liking the idea. And although, to be honest, Tundra was one of my favorite ones, so I am incorporating it into an area for my next big adventure map. This is like a mini one on the side called Lost Honor, which is like a sort of honor-based medieval, semi-realistic thing, but it also has magic, but it's not like magic is like the main thing. It's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, but I'm describing it as like the magic meets steel sort of model where it's like there is magic, but people still have, you know, swords and armor, and they're still kind of going about it like that because most people can't use magic. Anyway, this is what I was talking about. If I... oh, I'm glad you do, because I talk about a lot of stuff and generally not anything important, so I'm glad some of it was coherent. So if I give you that and then I run... no, I have to execute as me. Function... camo, then I become bricks, and then, you know, you can become bricks. So that's one of the camouflages. And then if I remove that and run that again, I'm back. So there's also one for sandstone and one for mud bricks. I honestly have never heard of Magic Punk before, but not really. I assume it's like semi-like steampunk, but it's more kind of just like, it's like idealistic medieval. So it's like, it's kind of, you know, the knights in shining armor minus the starving peasants, if you know what I'm talking about. Like, kind of ignoring the majority of the most horrible parts about medieval times and just kind of going, yeah, knights, yeah, cool swords and whatnot. So again, I haven't really even I haven't started work on that. I've just been like holding ideas for a very long time and been writing them down. So yeah, we'll see what that happens. I do plan on streaming that, but I do want to at least finish one adventure map, sort of start my career, so to speak. So if I add this, then I can... I've done this, so it's kind of like prop hunt. So you can... Throughout the game, you'll get, like, after a certain amount of time, you'll get, like, a different disguise, and you'll just have to figure out how to hide. So if you're a chair, you know, you just... chair, you know. There's also, a villager one. I actually know all the village. I spawned them in here, but they've just sort of filtered through the entire map. I haven't... oh, here's some. Yeah. Actually, they all get stuck in the clothing shop, don't they? Yeah, basically all of them get stuck here, but they're not going to be scaffolding in the final map, so that shouldn't really be a problem. Oh yeah, I haven't made this yet, but one of the disguises is going to be like a mannequin. I've got to put clothes on them. I haven't yet, but yeah, so you can just sort of stand there and be like, haha, I'm a mannequin. And hopefully the person won't find you. Yes. What was I working on? I was working on this. I need to give myself night vision again. Wonderful. Oh, this is so many built up things. Yes, pretty much. I'm certainly not denying that, but I'm placing slightly more emphasis on exploration and... Did I say what did I just say? I think I just said exploration, but that sounded weird. Anyway, yeah, you kind of go around and you're like... Yeah, you're just kind of... It's based on... Actually, I can't really say it's based on, like, the honor system from Red Dead Redemption, because I've only played, like, a little bit of the story mode, so I have, like, no idea really what's going on with that. But as far as I'm aware, just you have an honor level. But it's called Lost Honor, so it's like you kind of do certain things, and the more honor you have, like, the stronger you get, and the more, like, weapons you can use and stuff like that. Or at least that, in theory. Obviously, it's not like there won't be, like, peasants and such, like, in the thing. It'll just be, like, it's the players are the knights, and their job is to, you know, be honorable, I guess, to then increase that statistic somehow. It's still a work in progress, obviously. I haven't really done that much with it, so find out. That's certainly something I've thought of. I will address that question again once I've actually finished the map, because I haven't even got there yet, so I don't even want to think about that right now, but I certainly have, and I do think that that will probably end up happening. Or at least some form of that. That's not going to work. We can go back to doing the beehive boxes. Oh, I need another... Actually, this will be a good idea because this will give people a little area to sort of hide in. Well, yeah. Currently, there's only a couple camos. There's 3 different block camos. There's one where you're a chair. I'll also make like ones where you're a table and you're a whatever, right? But currently just a chair, a villager, the 3 block camos. And I think there's just one where you're small. Just because I thought that'd be funny. And all those YouTube shorts are blowing up about, I don't know, Dream and DeQuavis doing those, like, hide and seek things with, well, they're small or something like that. So, you know, but to capitalize on it. Yeah, cool. Good luck with study. Yeah. Imagine having homework. I dropped out of school. I didn't finish it. Spruce. I can't tell if that looks good. I don't... Actually, what if I have a big brain move and I... Oh, wait. I go like that, and then I... spruce this. Oh, this is the oversaturated spruce. Yes, so that's not actually going to work. Actually, this might. So I want to put boxes on top. Yeah, they're still hiding places. Beehive. No. Nah, that looks horrible. I don't like that. Actually, what if I just... As you can see, my interior skills are not great. I'm not too bad at building, but... Oh my god, that looks even worse. Especially interiors are not wonderful. I can just... See, I can just do this, and this will just look like a pile of boxes. Gotta, like... No, I don't want to make it symmetrical. There we go. But, this is the hardest part about... Actually, there we go. That's not bad, because if you're small, you can either hide down there, around here, obviously in the cupboard. That'll be nice. To check is the stream. That's weird. It says it still has excellent connection. I don't believe it, because that certainly wasn't the case last time. I have got to figure out what's on with that microphone, because that does not look like it is good. Okay, that is also not good. I don't like that. Probably don't want... Actually, no. Maybe if we center it like that, that'll look nice. Maybe. Actually. I will... Oh, wait, no, I wanted them now. What happens if I do something like this? And then... Actually, this might just work. Actually, if I, oops, if I move this back, then I do that there, and I might be able to do that there. Nah, that's way too, that might work. If I, Oops. If I move that to there. That looks weird. We'll do the double sink in the middle. Might as well put a, oops, put a pot on top. 2 pots, I guess. And I don't know why everybody defaults to this when they gotta put something. Oh, actually, no, that would work. Okay, for science, I need to try this. I haven't tried this. Probably won't. No, I didn't think so. That would have been cool, though. This is like... Oh, that'll... Actually, that might... Oh, my favorite part about force place. I can finally place mushrooms where I actually want them. If anybody's ever tried to place a mushroom before that hasn't played Minecraft for a long time, you know it never works, and you're always like, why isn't my mushroom placing? It needs to be dark, unless it's on Podsol or Mycelium. And that really sucks, because you want to put mushrooms where it's not necessarily completely dark. It doesn't work. And that is very not helpful. Oh, I think I know what to do, actually. Maybe not. Actually... What if we do something like this? And then we... Aha! Okay, then we obviously need signs. Okay. If you're ever placing a large amount of signs in creative mode, just put your mouse over the sign and just hold control. Actually, you might not even hold, no, you do need to hold control and then press down the middle mouse wheel, and it'll copy the sign's MBT. And because you're not in the thing, it'll save it as, oops, actually know what I pressed on there. I'll save it as a non-interactable. Well, not non-interactable, you can still interact with it, but it won't make you interact with it every single time, which is pretty annoying, generally. I've got to remember to do this, though. I always do that. So you have signs in an adventure map, you're going to make sure they're waxed, because players will... Even in adventure mode, players can still write things on them. And when given free will to write whatever they want on the sign, people generally don't write very nice things. Or maybe they do, maybe I just don't know. Maybe the people that have played stuff in the past weren't very nice people. I think I've got to... I don't want to change them out for slabs, because that would make that not have anything on it. Pickles. Everybody puts pickles on shelves as well. To be honest, for the most part, this is probably end up just being placeholders for when I do actually model proper things. For this, probably won't. Oh, that'd actually be a good light to have in here. Well, it's not actually a light, but a good thing that looks like a light to put in here. Oh, I just need something. Oh, there we go. Wait, is this gonna... Yeah, it's gonna do that. Wait, can I put it on... No, I can't. This... Yeah, it always floats. About a heavy core. That can be put on the ground, right? Yes. Ta-da! So that can be put... I have night vision, so if you're looking at this and saying, why do you need a light? It's not this light in here. I feel like it should be, because this is a lot of windows, but These lights don't actually, it's just orange stained glass. I'm not making it give off light. I just want it to look like it does. How many is that? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Move them one in. Oops, there we go. Does that look weird? I feel like that looks weird. I definitely need some new lights. This one in particular. Actually, move these all back. Oh, it is so tempting to turn these into lights you can turn on and off. So I've done that in a video before. That'd be really cool. That would probably put unnecessary lag or strain on. No, it actually wouldn't. I could probably do a lot better than I did it then. Looks decent. Also, if you're wondering where the music is coming from, it's just a random playlist I chose on Epidemic Sound that I realized I was paying for and not using at all. So, now I am using it, but I also, as well as forgetting a thumbnail, which you would know if you were looking at, if you looked at the, well, if you looked at the thumbnail, right, of the stream, I forgot to do that. I also forgot to make a playlist, so this is just random music. Which surprisingly has not been horrible. Well, I say surprisingly, I did just find a chill streaming music, but generally, companies don't get that right. This is looking okay. I do kind of want... I don't know if I can really put any... Oh! That's right, I am stupid. Here we go. This is what I need to do. Kitchens generally aren't just around the edges. They generally have like these rows. And they'll have a middle one, and then they'll have this one. I'll have to move those boxes slightly back. Oh, there goes that hidey hole. That shouldn't matter. There's still kind of this one here. And you could hide down here. If you're small, it brings out like a lot of places you can hide. Now I'm gonna need... I don't even want to put them there now. I kind of want to put them there. Oh, it's actually such a good idea. If I... Here we go. Now everybody, it's like MasterChef. Everybody gets their own little thing to play with. Oh, these are gonna look weird because they're not against a wall, aren't they? Yeah, they are. That shouldn't matter. We'll be fine. It's in the wrong place. That's gonna be a problem. Oh, I'll move the lights anyway. It won't make sense with this new setup. And I've got to remember, because they generally have like those sort of hanging things where they have all their utensils, or it's the pans. So they want to be able to be like, yo, look, we are people who use pots and pans. Here are the pots and pans. You generally want to make it very clear what you're showing on TV, I guess, but maybe I'm actually misremembering that. Hold on. I haven't watched MasterChef in like... Never mind, yeah, I'm probably misremembering that. I haven't watched MasterChef in like a year. Sorry, in years. I don't remember the last time I watched MasterChef. I need rails, that's what I need. And which direction are these going to be viewed from? That person's there, probably want... Yeah, you want everybody to sort of... Actually, I'll turn these around, because maybe that person wants to face theirs, and these people can kind of share. I feel like these can't be like that anymore. Again, I'll make custom models of these later. Actually, let me... that's... how do I... You know what, never mind. We'll fix that later. I don't know how to do that right now. This is kind of looking like something. Probably don't want the boxes that close to the oven though, so I'm gonna go ahead and stack them there. Yeah, you want a bit of space. I mean, excuse me. Oh, I've not been feeling great lately. That looks too long. Still want that sort of trailing box feel. That doesn't... No, I can't break them because then that'll look weird. I still don't like that. It's horrible. Horrible. How am I forgetting the word for this? Cupboard. Something like that. People call it a closet. It's not really a closet. Or a kitchen. It looks horrible. I don't like it. So we'll keep that for now. This feels empty now, though. I don't want to look up images for this because I know that I'll forget I'm streaming and proceed to scroll Pinterest for like an hour. So I'm not going to risk that. It's something, I need something else in here. This also feels like it has nothing in it. This, I realized now, I'm stupid and it would actually be a great idea to put paintings out here. Because this is the, maybe I don't want that. Maybe I don't. What if I don't want that one? That one looks horrible. Okay. That needs to be one higher. There we go. A man eating Cheetos. I don't know what that painting is. It's kind of what it looks like though. Hello. I'm glad some people actually stopped in at the stream. Because I didn't give any warning to it. Because I was like, if I don't know, decide I don't want to do this, I don't want to let anybody down. I've certainly had my fair share of problems streaming in the past. I really like that painting. That's way too dramatic for a restaurant though. Alan. That's actually... That might be too high on the wall. If I put another one here, I can get like the dude. Not that dude, the other dude. That dude. That's not bad. What is the looking in the window situation? I'm gonna get rid of night vision. Yeah. I'll admit it looks a bit more filled out now. If I make these, if I say they're electric candles, maybe I can make people click them and then turn them on. We probably actually didn't need to worry too much about how the kitchen looked, because now that I'm thinking about it, it's going to be super dark in here. So what's someone going to go in here and be like, oh yes, this stove is like orientated the wrong way. No, they're going to be like, I'm going to hide in the boxes. Or in the closet. Cupboard, the closet. The wardrobe, the whatever that thing is. The doors. The box with the doors on it, you can put things inside. I still can't believe these don't let in as much light as I thought they would. Now that I'm thinking about it, that kind of makes sense, because... Not that Minecraft lighting is incredibly realistic, but there is an overhang here. That looks decent, though. Oh, Dominator, I saw you streaming F1 racing, which is really cool. I tried to play those games and I'm horrible at them because I can't drive in real life, let alone with a sim racing reel and an F1 car in a game. I have, I don't know, oh, that's a plane going by. Looking around, I don't know where it is. I have an Xbox sim racing setup that I bought for like $5 at a secondhand shop. And it has like the pedals and the steering wheel, and I think it, well, it's an Xbox One, so I assume it connects to an Xbox. But like, if you want that, I would give that to you, because I don't have an Xbox, so it's not like I can use it. And as far as I'm aware, I think it says you're playing F1 on an Xbox. So I don't know anything about that, but if you want that, just DM me and I'll send that to you. I don't actually need to send that to you because you don't live that far away from me, but yeah, if you do that, you can have that, because I don't really, again, I don't have an Xbox, so I can't really use it for anything. My other sim racing wheel. I don't even know if I've hooked that up to my PC yet. I got that when I had a laptop. Might actually be able to play Forza proper this time. Okay, I need hotel. I'm gonna... Do I actually have a... Oh, I do have a way up to these. Oh, I was smart. I was gonna say there was no way up to those areas yet. I still don't like how flat these buildings look, but when I was looking at reference pictures on Pinterest, they were kind of really flat. I mean, the most crazy thing about the buildings was that some of them had like this style roof, which I also don't like. I don't like that I did them out of mud bricks. It kind of looks weird, although they did kind of match the pictures the best. Also, look at this. This is so clean. Ignore that. Doesn't work the other way. I could have fixed that. Finally figured out how to make a nice slanted rail without block displays. Although now that I'm thinking about it, I totally should have used block displays, because it doesn't look that great. That, I need to put a door on that. Do I want to... This is an awfully dark hallway. Actually, I'm feeling now I probably should have some windows. What does that look like? That looks kind of weird. Does that? I don't want this hallway to just be like pitch black though. Probably my best bet is to do this anyway though. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I retextured iron trapdoors to be invisible, and that's what I use for the hitboxes, because this window is literally just an oak button that's retextured to be like a window. So there's not really any hitbox on it, so you can just walk right through them. There we go. I mean, that doesn't look horrible. I need some more actually, no, that looks kind of nice, because they tend to have a lot of windows. Turn that off. Every time I turn on Tinker, I accidentally mess something up in the distance while I'm trying to make something. That's certainly a lot lighter now. I need some lights. I need some indoor lighting that doesn't look out of place. When I was looking at the pictures of just, I don't know, a random... This is kind of meant to be like a coastal Italian village. When I was looking at the pictures, it kind of looked... not old, but it kind of just looked like... No, it did kind of look old. It was like all the buildings are like... Looks like they've been around for a good while, but there was just like, you know, like a subway just in like a place like this. Just built into one of them. So it was like, the buildings are still perfectly fine. They've just sort of upgraded what's in them now. I want to stick to that vibe, but I want to keep it kind of looking in style with that sort of era, but not, you know, you still need lights inside and whatnot, so you can see. Just, oh my god, I actually got jump scared by that villager. I also don't know what I'm going to do with indoor doors. It's as nice as sort of these style doorways I made look. I don't know if they really make... Well, that one with the glass doesn't work, but maybe this one with the wood instead. Again, all these textures really need to be sort of polished. They don't look... they don't look wonderful right now, but kind of just a placeholder for now. I feel like that's way too sort of... at least the double doors. If I made something similar but with like a single door, it wouldn't be able to be curved though. That'd be the only problem. I don't know. I suppose you just... I get these ones also don't have windows. That's probably not good. What is... That's one block up from... You know what? That's actually... Yeah, I'm going for it. If we put some window spam I got rid of the iron trapdoor. It's really hard to find the iron trapdoor once I retextured it to not be visible. Could you imagine? I need... I can never find the button to pick block it, and I don't remember what the button... Oh, it's on the other side, it's on the other side. There we go. Future reference, it is an oak button. That's okay, I don't know how I didn't remember that. Do I put the... Oh, I kind of want to put the plant boxes on the bottom, but... I don't know if that really makes sense, because it's like right here. I think I'll leave them off. I still want these seats here, because, you know, you want to sit out and look at the sort of imaginary sea. I still have not gotten the hang of World Painter. But once I do, I will be making some very nice, at least starting landscape to build my things off. This is also one of the things, yeah, see that? That does not match up at all. That's like goes to dark to textures. I need to fix them. Even that might be overkill. There's only one. I guess this person is just extra special. Oh, you know what? What's a great idea of utilizing this space here? Because I was... Oh, wait, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Oh, hold on. I need a way to get up to the second story. No, that will actually have to be by going up. Because there's this weird little sort of... Oh! Actually, I have a great idea for that. I will move the door to right at the end where I actually wanted it to be. I still don't know if two block doors are a bit big. I can make this into like a broom closet. And people can hide in the broom closet. That'd be great. Yeah, it'd actually work out really well. Because I do want either that actually, or I'll put a painting here and then people can go through the painting into the secret room. Because I do want it to be, you know, about camouflage and about, you know, being a chair. Or, you know, looking like a block or something like I showed before. But I don't know. No, I still want to add the ability to just be out of sight. Because that is a fairly underrated part of camouflage. If there's just no line of sight, it's very difficult to see you. This is definitely going to be the nicest out of the rooms. You got a private balcony. I'm about to choke. That's not part of it. I keep hitting the microphone with my microphone. My headset has a microphone, but it's really bad, so I have another microphone on like a microphone arm. The little one that's coming off my headset keeps bumping into it. Unintentional water bottle ASMR. Never figured out gain. Or just audio in general. No matter what I do, I can still hear everything. Luckily today has actually been like a fairly quiet day. There's no like, you know, 20-ton, you know, trucks going by. Just, as they do, I'm not right next to a main road, so they're very loud at times. There's an aeroplane before. But it's been relatively quiet. Okay, I definitely need... You know, I will use the glass one, because I think that'll be actually better in letting light in. If the doors were closed. Not that they will be closed, but if they were, people would be like, ah, yes, if the doors were closed, there would still be light let in. They would appreciate it. Do I want them... No, I want that the other way around. Oh, that's really difficult. Oh, did I? Oh, I might have got that right the first try, actually. and I messed it up now. Let's push it back. Yeah, I did. Damn it. There we go. And that worked. So that was actually the first try. That's not bad. If you're wondering how you get to the second story of this area, it is incredibly cursed. You come up here and then there's just like an extra long hallway that goes through here. Massive opportunity for a hidden room in there, which I definitely will do. There's also this, which will need some form of stairs, which allows you to get up here, which allows you to get up here, and then, oh, I missed, get up here. There's even a way to get up there, but you need to do like, you need to, actually no, maybe you can't now that I put that there. No, wait, maybe you can do this. No, you can't. There was previously a way to get up here, which is actually smart because I didn't kind of want people to be up there, because that would just be, I mean, the tagger has like a paintball gun, let's say. I haven't actually textured it yet, so I haven't really figured out what it is. It's currently just like a carrot on a stick, or a warped fungus on a stick, because that's one of the easiest ways to do click detection currently. But if someone's just hiding on the roof and they see them up there and they can't get them with it, they're gonna be like, oh right, so they go up there and they go up there and they go up the stairs and they go to that level to go there and then jump to there and then come to the roof, and this person's like, okay, bye, and they just jump down and then run over here. It's just gonna be like very annoying. It's incredibly annoying for whoever's actually well, the seeker in hide and seek, I guess. Wow, I've been going for an hour. That's crazy. I just forgot. That's exactly what would happen while I was streaming. Time would go far. Go far? Go by. Go by incredibly fast. I mixed those two words together. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. We want... Oh, and I'm also stupid because we need to... Oh, we need a bathroom in all of these too. Actually, that shouldn't really be a problem. It's just gonna have to be... You know what? That's fine. I will just make the door off-centered. Who's gonna know? Nobody's gonna know. On the outside, at least. And then, yeah, this can be... bathroom. I really need to texture these walls inside, too, because that does not look great. Big block. And a door here. Bathroom. Here we go. Let's... quartz. And then we need a banner. I made bathrooms a very long time ago. It was like a zombie apocalypse broken down warehouse build I made. Very long time ago. Cauldron. No. Actually, I don't like cauldron as sinks. It makes sense in terms of like if you're actually functional, but this isn't gonna be. I mean, Minecraft functional is in if you actually want to put water in it and then use it to, I don't know, wash dye layers off banners or leather armor that no one even does anyway. That's what we need to fit in. We need to fit in a shower. So we need a slab. It's all coming together. And if we go like that, and like that, and then we some glass panes. That's not horrible, actually. That's it could be worse. Oh, and what I can do now that I have this, there we go. So I have that like kinda, I don't know, have a way to make an opening door. Actually, I do. I'm just too lazy to make it, especially now. It's kind of tall shower. Tripwire hook. Has a little shower head. Replace that out for something that actually looks like a shower head later. So as I said, it's very difficult to sort of decide what's going to be actual Minecraft blocks and what's going to be something you've textured sort of custom. There we go. It's a toilet. Excuse me. No. I think that's kind of the only place to put it. I'll just... Oh, that's too many. Yeah, see? Mirror and sink. That'll definitely need to be. Actually, because that does not look good. I mean, that's not bad. There's not really a clean way for me to make the inside blocks sort of not like the outside blocks. I don't know how to say what I'm saying. Hopefully you understand that. As in, like, the inside of a house, you have a different paint from the outside of the house, but maybe it's nice to keep it all sort of this nice sandstone thing. Maybe I should make at least the bathroom look different. What if I changed it to andesite or something? To make it look like, because, you know, they probably, when the building was originally built, if this was perhaps an older building, didn't have a modern bathroom in it. I mean, that looks out of place, but I feel like that might be the point. Do I want this? Probably want the floor to be different, but yeah, that's gonna dig into that, so that's not gonna... I might just have to lift this entire thing up. I mean, that wouldn't really be hard with Axiom, but I don't know if it's gonna look weird or not. Yeah. Definitely need a light in here. I don't have any lights. That sort of thing. Yeah, and what kind of door am I gonna put on? Now I'll just put an open iron door. That needs to go, yeah, like that. Basically all the doors that I don't want to bother making an opening and closing animation for, like this one, because that would just kind of suck. They're just going to be open. People can just sort of walk through them. So I want free roam. It's like kind of like, you know, you rented out an entire village or a sort of a town, a section of the town. It's just like, hey everybody, just don't be here. We're going to use your village for hide and seek. Sounds like something Mr. Beast would do. Yeah, this isn't horrible though. We need a place to set up the beds though. Hello. Nope. I could probably get away with not making like a whole custom bedside table and such, but I do want to do I don't know if I like that. You're gonna need a lamp. That's easy enough. I don't even need custom textures. I could do that with block displays. No, but I don't actually like that one because it weirdly stretches the oak plank texture. That was from a very old video. I say very old, that was like a year ago. Haven't been doing stuff on YouTube for a very long time. Well, I did a bit, but it wasn't really that much. This is a prime place for a painting. Pain. I will also... That's too big. No, get out of here. I want one that's like this. Probably don't want them watching you while you sleep. No, there we go. Yeah, that one would probably be better. That's like the same stuff that this dude's like eating or something. I don't know if he's eating it or if he's just like there with it. I think I just assumed he was eating it. So do I wanna... No, because that breaks that. I don't want to do that. That could also be a problem. Yes. fine on the outside. Excuse me. Okay, we're gonna put a lantern here to remind me to put a lamp there. Oh, it's still on a 10 on my air conditioning. I just know that's gonna be picked up on the microphone though. That is way too light. I want this dark. I'm gonna put pickles there to remind me. Put a lamp there. This headboard might not be tall enough. If I do that. It's not bad. I've also got to figure out a way to make sure everybody doesn't flip the trapdoors. Yeah. To be honest, as helpful as the block display gizmos are, it's not great that they show up through walls. Oh, it's distance based. It's not even through walls. That's not bad, actually. I do feel like... No, my pickles! These should be coming off the middle bit, though. Chuck in some signs. Oh, no, it's honey. On the side. Excuse me. Yeah. I don't know. Leave that as it is for a while. What else do you have in a hotel room, apart from the stupid little mini fridge with the chocolates that you need to pay money, like 20 bucks for a Snickers? I'm not adding them in. Hey, they suck. I pay normal for Snickers. Bathroom. We have the bed. We need storage. I also want nice table and chairs next to the window. Because who doesn't want to sit next to the window? And theoretically these could be opened. Obviously they're not. But theoretically they're just those little things that go like, you know. And then you put the, yeah. I have no idea what these are called. I'm drawing a blank on that right now. Grab a table from down here. There we go. Bring in the table. It's coming. There we go. Line up the table. The table is now inside the wall. But if we just say it's kind of a weirdly shaped table, no, that's going to bother me if the table is inside the wall. No, that's going to be bother me more if it's not. Okay, that looks kind of busted, but I think it works. Can look out. Yeah. Maybe I move the bed over and add a kind of this open sort of area may have been a little bit of a mistake. And the fact that it's very hard to put things in here when there's this stuff in the road. Why is that so big? Am I crazy? Maybe not that big. Bed's unrendered, that's interesting. Please tell me I can... I have to find that painting again, I guess. Well, that was another good one, actually. I'll stick with that one. That's nice. Also, maybe, yeah, we'll put the one of the dude. No, not that. Is that the same dude that I have down here? Yeah, it is. I don't want to double up paintings. Actually, no, they're in a completely different rooms. They should be fine. Get how good paintings are to just, like, make flat walls not look horrible. I gotta... That is weird. It is still saying excellent connection. I don't believe it. I don't believe you. It's not excellent connection. How could it be? As opposed to last time where it would say excellent connection for all of 5 seconds and then slowly degrade until it said, by the way, you're streaming. Nobody's getting it though. I was like, wow, that's very helpful. Yeah, my internet's not great. It's a blessing that it has allowed me to stream this long. Anyway. I do have Ethernet now, which has drastically improved the sort of experience, but yeah, there's some... It's still not great. No, I gotta put this against the wall. Does that look weird? I feel like that looks weird, but I want to make it pointy. Trapdoors. It's very tempting to model custom like wardrobes to be in closets and cupboards and whatever, so people can hide in them. But I'm just thinking, what happens when we want to open the doors? Am I gonna have to model a whole thing for that as well? My chair is just deciding to be incredibly loud, specifically for when I'm streaming. I don't know why. This is nice though. Probably don't. Yeah, I probably don't need a whole lot in each room, as long as I've got like a sort of default place to hide. Like, you know, who's actually gonna hide in the wardrobe. A better place would be to like be small and hide in the shower or hide somewhere. Actually, in the kitchen down here, if you're small, you could hide in the sink. That'd be a good place. What about a sneeze? Oh man. I got scammed. I was about to sneeze. I didn't. My sneeze disappeared. The sneeze tax. For every 5 good sneezes you get to pay 5 of your sneezes. They'll disappear. It's a shame. It's gonna be a good sneeze. Yeah, I feel like this needs to be moved over. Why is that not working? There you go. That's better. And you could even hide in the corner, like this. Probably wouldn't be that good. Yeah, this is another reason that I want to model custom sort of shelves, because I'm going to show the wall behind it, which is probably not how it would work generally. And I guess what I could do is I could just model an entire wardrobe without the doors, and then include the doors as like physical, well, doors, so then you could actually open and close them. Because what I'd do is I'd just make it like a hitbox around, like, so let's say I wanted this to open and close. I'd make an interaction entity around the door. And whenever a player interacted with it, it would just delete it and then replace it with another entity that would have the doors closed or the doors open or whatever. So you could just go beep boop, beep boop. But that would just be way more coding than I would like to do for this. So if I just keep them open, just part of the game. By the way, most doors are open. And you can just go through and be able to get basically everywhere. And you can also run out and then run over, sort of. Yeah, I don't know, hide. If you're small, this might actually be a good hiding spot too. And my skin blends pretty well into leaves, so yeah. There's certainly more complex disguises than being small, because I have made it so you can also morph into a villager. But trying to make yourself look like the AI, I have tried to play Just Act Natural. If you know what that game is, it's basically exactly what I'm talking about here. There's a bunch of like not fake, but there's just a bunch of like NPCs that walk around, and you're one of them, and you've got to try to act how they act. I was so bad at that game. I could not tell who was an NPC and who wasn't, and whenever I was doing it, I could not properly act like an NPC. To be fair, I played it for 5 minutes, and the people I played with had played it significantly longer than 5 minutes, but you could probably fool some people. It's really interesting though, because I need to give, when you morph into a villager, I actually need to give you slowness, because otherwise you walk just slightly too fast to be a villager. If you see, like, I'm walking and he's walking, I'm faster. So if you give them slowness 1 and then you walk at the exact same speed as a villager, which is good for blending in. Actually, you know, it'd be a really nice thing to add to here. Would be some like shade umbrellas. I'm gonna write that down. That's not a bad idea, actually. Shade umbrellas for balcony. That is most definitely not how you spell balcony. But oh well. Yeah. Then I can actually put the chairs sort of not just like against a wall. Like, yeah, wow, this is nice for you. You can actually like sit out here and, I don't know, eat things. The doors. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. So I really don't like that you're basically exactly the same height as the door. Like, I'm not that tall, but I know people who are tall and they are not as big as doors. Maybe I just don't know very tall people, but yeah, most people aren't. So like this, it's like you've got like at least a head. I mean, like, Minecraft scaling is a bit weird because you're, 2 meters tall. Because if a block is a meter and you're 2 blocks tall, then you're kind of like, you're pretty tall. I feel like I should be doing something for the roof. Yeah, I'm not going to be bothered putting an attic or anything in here. I already did that with builds in the past, and I spent an entire day and was like, yay, I built one thing. Because I built the entire thing from scratch, and I did make a few models, which did take a little bit of time, but I did the entire interior, and an attic, and a secret room, and everything, and it was just like, it took an awfully long time. I think since this is just hotel rooms, I'll just copy the bathroom over. It's not like they would go, ooh, we want to make a unique bathroom for each room. Or just, not literally, but figuratively copy and paste. Yes, I'm going to have to move the doors. It's really interesting to observe, like, the villagers pathfinding in action, because I spawned them in here. I spawned them in right there. If we look at, like, one of the weirdest, I mean, this is another really interesting thing, a bunch of them. This is like the majority of them have been stuck in this scaffolding right here. Oh, they've actually opened these doors. They tried to go in there. Right in here. No, see, this is what's weird, right? Like this. If I turn hitbox on, it's dark. Yeah, there's like... None of them have just gone to where I thought they would go. I think one occasion that goes in here. They all, some even... See, look, this guy's there. So to get to there, he's got to go from here. He's got to go around here, up here, down this hall, and then to here. He just disappeared. Oh no, there he is. Like, to get to here. That's a... I have given him plenty of time to move around, but I feel like we should release these villagers too, because they are just stuck in the scaffold. The point of having the villagers was to make sure that there was like some NPC sort of esque things. And you need something to blend in if you're going to look like a villager. It's going to be pretty obvious if you're just a... Oh, they're trying... Yeah, that kind of makes sense where they all gravitated to this room, because this probably has the most doors in it. That's crazy, the stream connection still says good. This one's done. Well, done enough. I'll make custom things for these. I'll look at actual reference pictures when I have time to get lost in Pinterest. There we go, here's another one. I might actually just end up basically doing the same thing with the rooms and just changing. Actually, no, I won't, because I can't, because this one has no windows. So you probably want more focal... More of it... Yeah. Am I gonna do that? I don't know how I'm gonna do this. See, this one was easy because it feels so light. Two windows. I mean, they've got... Oh, excuse me. It's obviously an actual... This is the best one because they got a private balcony. But it does feel a lot... This one does feel a lot more sort of tight. Hello. I'm building some interiors for my camouflage minigame that I'm making. So if I add chair and I run this, I am now a chair. And then you can be a chair. It's not just like prop hunt. That was definitely an inspiration because those YouTube shorts are hilarious. But yeah. You can just be a chair. There is some other camouflages if I add brick camo. Oops. And then I run this. I'm now bricks. So, oh, that was 1, 2, 5. If I go over here. Now you can sort of just like stand against some bricks. It's rather difficult to see you. Yeah. Oh, I was just facing into the wall. Yeah, we're doing some room interiors for this sort of hotel above a restaurant down here. So definitely looking a lot more filled out. I don't know if I want to put the bed. It really doesn't matter where I put the bed, because I put the bed kind of away from the windows, so it would be like... yeah, because if this is the sea... Wait. I mean, the sun... Might have to rotate the build if I want the sun to sort of come up over the sea. This one's definitely harder, because... It is certainly a lot less bright. I mean, this is nice, but having no windows probably Maybe I... Oh, I might need to, like, do something like this at least. Get a bit of sunlight in. Is that gonna... I feel like that's gonna mess up the whole thing, though. Yeah, otherwise, that's gonna be so dark. That one doesn't need it. It's got plenty. So I have these windows here, which are just yeah, they're just buttons. Yeah, we'll see how they look. I just realized these don't need 2 buttons. Does that have 2 buttons? They only need 1 button. I think when I made them, they were only 1 window wide. I made it so there were 2. Didn't have to use as many. Excuse me. That looks a little... Actually, what if I did this? This isn't even vines, it's glow lichen. What if I sort of like... Oh, that's not how I wanted that. But what if I kind of... I definitely need to change... I need to bring down the saturation of vines. They are far too saturated for this. If I kind of added that, I would sort of take maybe take your eye away from the fact that there's some like nice oh wait, I'm stupid. I can just make these but 2 blocks tall. That's a way better idea, actually. Yeah, that's smarter. I should do that. Still want the painting there though. I'm gonna leave that one for now. No, I really don't like that the force place does that. Yeah, at least this is like nice and like bright now. That still feels weird. I would love to just have it like that. When I do that, overhangs. And if I do that, that still overhangs. So I just steal the bed. Actually, no, I'm not going to steal the bed. This can be a one with 2 beds instead of 1. What the? Force place just makes the bed go through the wall. Maybe I should turn that off. It's like, no, the bed is going here. The wall is not going to stop me. Need more water. Put electrolytes in my water yesterday because I wasn't feeling well. Now my water bottle basically permanently slightly tastes like cranberry. Which I'm not complaining about because I actually quite like it. What I don't like is that... No. What do I do for this one? Oh, I just straight up... That one looks way too fancy now that I look at it. Bedside table. You know what? Maybe I just make custom. Alright, this is the... Oh my god, what? How did I even do that? What? How did I do that? Where did I even take that from? I know I stole that from one of them. Where did I get it from? I know I stole it from somewhere because I didn't make this up. Wait, so if I... Whoa! That's actually awesome. I had no idea you could do that. I'm gonna remove that though. Looks very goofy. It's holding a whole table. Place for the rotation. Whoa. 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 Oh, now I gotta remove all of these. Wow, now actually that's good because I can watch back the stream bot and figure out what I did to make that happen, because that's cool. Because I was summoning... Well, I wasn't summoning them in, I was just duplicating and then moving them every time. So okay, we'll give them a bit more space between. Okay, signs. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to do it on the ends. Or am I? No, I changed my mind. I'm going to put these right against the wall. And I'm going to put these as like bedside tables. Yeah, I'll put one in the middle. No, that definitely needs to be a stair. And we'll put the pickles again to remind me to put a lamp there. Wow, I actually love these windows all of a sudden. This is that, like, sort of... Oh, yeah, I really need to stop. Vines just look far too vibrant. Well, it's not exactly like I'm trying to make them not vibrant, because this texture is quite literally just oversaturated spruce. Which now looking at it does maybe look a little... Although I do want them to be nice polished wood. Same with these. Yeah. Maybe I don't need it to be too... I just need it to be darker like that. Because I want an alternative to vines, so I can try to put it... Actually, I've broken my own rule, because I was trying to put vines in an area where players couldn't just sort of climb up them. Which actually might be kind of cool now that I'm thinking about it. I just haven't added a way to step on these yet, so you just, if you were to sort of ninja your way up these vines, I can't even do it. Try to, yeah, there's no hitbox. Also, those are broken. If you're wondering, they're not meant to look like that. I still don't know why. For some reason, when you look at them from a certain angle, they have like an element of the enchantment table texture in it. I don't actually know. I have no idea how that's... Yeah, see, I'm not crazy. Wait, hold on. Look at that. Tell me that's not the enchantment table texture or something right there. I don't know how like that, why it's sourcing it from there, because the texture is very much just a... But what is that? Why is there a line like that? That's odd. Yeah, it's very much just a PNG. It's not like I'm trying to get it from like a massive texture map file or something. It's just one PNG. I'm not quite sure how it's doing that. I really wish... So this is really weird, right? Force place? Oh, I figured out how to do it. Okay. Why isn't that one working? Why can I only do that one? Is it because it needs to hang? Force place? Yeah, force place doesn't... Why does it... Oh, I've got an idea. What if I am really smart and I... Nope. I was almost really smart. So what's this? That could be helpful. I forgot I updated Axiom. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I really wanted there to be vines in front of the window, because that looks so nice. This is the problem with me. Every time I build something, I'm like, I find one thing I love about it. Like this vine in front of this specific window. And I'm like, yeah, I should make an entire new adventure map based around a build that specifically has this. And then I do that, which is actually, funnily enough, how this entire map came to fruition. And then I go, oh, wait. I have no other ideas. It's literally just vine in front of window looks nice. It's fine. It's not even the right room. Here we go. Yeah, we're definitely going to need some form of lighting inside. That isn't too bad, though. I just don't... This is a very large space to have here. Actually, we can just do another one of these. Definitely a good sort of bit of space filler. I still have not gotten used to this. The edited GUI and it's not really GUI. Just this. I don't even know what to call this in Axiom. Always mess it up. Okay, you have to click to move, and I'm just like, ugh, and I end up moving things way off into the distance. I found Was it a table or was it an arch? I don't know which one it was, but I found like a table or an arch, like a couple hundred blocks. No, actually it was, because there's nothing there. It was like a couple hundred blocks that way, because for some reason I'd been doing something and I accidentally flicked and it threw like a table or like one of these arches or something like way off into the distance. This is actually my main testing world. So if you look, there's like, yeah, see there's other random stuff I built over there. Not those arches, those are blocks, but I don't know, one of them, yeah, it was a table. Yeah, I threw a table like way off into the distance. I found it ages later. Why is there a table here? Or at least that's what I assume happened. Otherwise I have no explanation. It is simply a phantom table. We need some paintings up here. I feel like I will just make my own custom paintings though for this map. If any of you, well, no, I don't think anybody's watching right now, but if any of you are watching the VOD, remember the original streams that I did. The Bob Ross painting streams. That was still one of my favorite Minecraft mods, actually, in my opinion. I think it's wonderful. But if you remember that, I might see if I can somehow dig up those texture files and then actually convert them into an actual painting. Because I think, if I remember correctly, I had one of just Bob Ross. Then I had one of Jeb in a boat from one of the Minecraft lives. That was funny. I think I have one of an old server that I played on with Leo. Yeah, the tree, the Giga Fruit tree. I did a painting of that. That was fun. Yeah, I might see if I can find them and make them. And that'd be a really cool Easter egg to actually have in here. I'll be honest, I don't know if I want these or if I want to add these, but one block in front of them. I feel like those need to be big. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Actually, well, we can actually try this if I do this and then oak button, and then a block to. Oh, sorry, I did the wrong one to begin with. Oak. But, oh, why does that look so weird? Here we go. Yes, and then we shrink it down. That's not right. How do I edit property? Edit transform. Oh, I wish I could. 0.5. I'll just make it slightly smaller, I guess. Tell you what, that might actually... I know that's definitely not quite right, but... hardest part about this, trying to line it... just want to line it up properly. There we go. I still think that's wrong, actually. And move that over to there. Oh, I definitely need to make it taller. Yeah, that's not. So, if I make it 6 and then just make that 1. That was the wrong one. Okay. Why did I don't know why I thought that would be correct. That one must be. There we go. Oh, no, that is wrong. Okay. I did one of them right. Why does it look thin now? It didn't look thin before. Why didn't they just add the gizmos for the... Oh, wait, this might be actually a... Show display entity. No, that's marker gizmos. Wow, well, we'll see if I... Okay, that's... How? That, okay, that still looks a little weird. Man. Hey, Janik. Haven't seen you in a while. One of these needs to not be... Oh, that needs to be... No, that needs to be 150, because I don't want that to be... Oh, excuse me. That was definitely not correct. On the brights... Oh, that didn't even... Why didn't that make it... Okay, that's... Well, long story short, it would look something like that. Which I was right, it does not look good. I don't want to fiddle with that anymore. It does... I mean, to be fair, they did kind of just... It wasn't exactly... Oh, I keep bumping my microphone. It wasn't exactly perfectly symmetrical in the photos. It's kind of like a... Just put windows where they needed to, which kind of makes sense. If you think about it, you don't really need to put windows everywhere, just put them where you need them. As this building, this one certainly doesn't. It has these two nice ones right here. And they can sit out on a balcony and look at the imaginary ocean. Yeah, it's texture pack. I'm working on a sort of... I know this looks like an FPS shooter map. It is not an FPS shooter map. I do realize that because someone told me that. And I might turn it into an FPS shooter map because I think that'd be hilarious. But it is a hide-and-seek minigame. So if I go like this, I go tag... me add chair, and then I run this. I'm now oh, I need to not be flying. I'm now a chair. And it's, I know what you're thinking, it's not just a rip-off of Prop Hunt. As much as funny as Prop Hunt YouTube shorts are, and I do watch them quite often, I do think it's hilarious that you can be a chair. Chair. There is, it sort of combines a lot of things. Like if I add brick camo and then run it, it sort of does this. So now you're... Oh, I need to fly over here. Hold on. There we go. Now you're bricks. So, you know, there's that. There's a couple... there's a couple other ones. I think that they might be broken, so I'm not going to risk doing that. But if I... villager... There's this one. This is a good one. So... Yeah. There is actually villages on the map. Hold on. I think they're all stuck in this building over here. But I'm very... If you've ever played the game Just Act Natural, which is like blending in with NPCs, very similar to this. Oh, they've all left. Have they all left? Or are they inside that? I can hear one of them. Here's one. Yeah. So you just kind of... One of the camouflages is also going to be a mannequin once I actually put clothes on. This is supposedly a clothes store. But yeah, so you can just sort of, you know, pretend. It doesn't really work in first person, I am realizing. But yeah. It should be an interesting map. And I will be playing it with people in the Discord for the video. So I'll give you an invite to that when that... It's nowhere near being able to actually be played. Oh, I wasn't creative yet. But when that happens, I'll let you know, because I think it'd be fun for you to... yeah. You to play around with this a bit. Yes, I haven't actually been doing nothing this entire time. Apart from feeling, like, horribly depressed and, you know, not talking to anybody, I have actually been working on some things. I mean, I can show you some other things. This is not, like, related, but this is my testing world, right? So, I thought this would be fun. You know, I'll make this for a survival server. I was actually going to play the survival server later on, but if I ran out of ideas, but I haven't yet, so I don't know. Yeah, so sort of trying some, like, brutalist architecture buildings. This is my concept for ignore the fact that the sandstone different, don't question that, but this was my concept for if the desert well had a use. You go down here, they also ignore that, that's broken because of the texture pack. You open that, and then there's a pitfall to spikes. That was interesting. This was, like, for hydronauts. A bunch of concepts for... Also ignore that because they don't have the texture pack on. But yeah, this was the the horror map in a like an observatory that I never finished. You know, more stuff for, you know, a little bar. This is a working slot machine for the survival server. I made a fair bit of money off that. Post office, you know, concepts for sort of biomes for other things. I actually do like a fair. Okay, yeah, don't look at that. That's texture pack has broken it. But yeah, Prismarine Tower. I don't actually think I've shown that in any videos or anything. Oh, that's not meant to be like that. That's texture pack as well. Yeah, stuff like this. I was actually going to make my video intros in my extra tool chair on Prismarine Tower. That just says Prismarine in enchantment table language. Yes! You know what's hilarious about unfinished projects, right? I have worked on a total of around maybe 20 to 30 adventure maps, and I've never finished a single one of them. All of them are unfinished. Basically, these are actually cool. This was for like the fan videos, stuff like that. That's a test dungeon. I'm not gonna. Basically, this room here, it's a command block now, but you would press a thing, and then the entire room fills with water, and the door slams shut here, and then you basically need to find the hidden button. It's like, I don't even know where it's hidden. I think it's hidden in there. It's very hard to see though. But yeah, there's so many like this. This is for an adventure map that I haven't even really started building yet and everything. But there's so many unfinished projects. Alta Villa, the floating village, again broken because of the texture pack. Ignore that. But I've done. Oh, this was for the realistic, the sort of test to realistic survival video I was going to make, because I needed like test biomes for it. But yeah, if you ever wondered how my building process looks like, I basically make shapes, add windows to the shapes, add colors to the shapes, and then give up on trying to show you the steps and make everything on this last one. So yeah, but I have an enormous amount of unfinished projects. I'm actually working on I think Janik, you're one of them in the Discord. The Marine rank. The Marine rank is going to be, when I hit 500 subscribers, is going to be the Patreon rank. But since you've already got it, I'm obviously going to keep you and everybody else who has it having it. But I'm going to make a Marine only sort of minigame server that'll have stuff like this and other games on it that, of course, you'll be welcome to join when I finish it, because I have another project idea for that I really want to do, which I know I will probably not get around to for like another 2 years, maybe. So you never know. Maybe it's coming tomorrow, maybe it's coming in like 2 years. Basically, my time frame is very inconsistent, so yeah, but that'll be interesting. You can appreciate my subscriber counter. That's actually a live subscriber counter, by the way. I know it looks like completely busted, but I tried my best. I don't have like Streamlabs or anything. I was too dumb to set up any official streaming services. It's just a live subscriber count website that have an OBS theme permanently monitoring. Sorry, an OBS thing permanently monitoring, and then I have like a separate thing if I, let me break your immersion if I just move that to like over there or something. Oh no, that was the wrong one. Wait a minute. Yeah, there we go. You see the vision. It's not very clean. I'm just gonna don't question that. See, this is my old streaming setup. I still from the old painting streams I used to do. These guys keep opening my wardrobes. Yeah, pretty much. I just don't know what to do else. Like the fact that, I have a new microphone, an actual good XLR microphone now, and an audio interface and everything. It should technically sound better, but I have all of the volumes set up to max and everybody says it's still quiet, so yeah. I don't know what's going on with that, so I've got to fix that too. But I am back. I am planning on making the streams like semi-consistent. I mean, like, I'll try, but I get distracted very easily. I need something to put on this wall. The bathroom worked out. Yeah. Actually, no, I can do the same thing here. If I get these chairs, I can make a chair area. Actually, you know what would be better if I moved this... Oops, if I moved this over. To... Actually, let's move it over all the way for now. And then... Put the... no. Put the chairs like this. And then... Zoop. And then move that over to there. Right in the middle. And then in the wall, because no one's going to question it. There we go. That's at least something there. Oh, I need to put a barrier block. Yeah, there we go. So I want it near the window, so at least this. Oh, this is Axiom. So it's got all these wonderful tools and stuff that I'm not going to mess around with because I know I will break something. Which I could mess around with because it works with Control Z, which is incredibly useful. But basically, if you press Alt, have all these wonderful things like the flying mode, no clip, which I love, fast place, infinite reach, no updates, tinker. But you also have create display entity. So if I'll go out here, I create a display entity. It can either be a text, a block, or an item. Let's say, I don't know, lava, right? Okay, that was a bad example. I don't mean lava, I mean stone. Then I can edit properties and I can do all this stuff and I can move it around and, you know, and stuff like that. But I'm trying to delete this. But yeah, I just have custom. I think it's like if I look, I just replace things that said block, like, you know, block of iron, you know, these they're just blocks, right? But the blocks don't support transparency, so I just made them into sort of display entities instead that I can just move around. Select stuff and move them. Yeah, you can. Well, these are entities. You can't. Well, you can. Look, you can. With this, if you go box select and you just go like that and you select it, and then you press Control X, then you can just go like this because it just moves it, and then you press Enter, and it sort of does that. Oh, that guy almost suffocated. But yeah, the display entities are certainly a lot like easier to do in terms of that, which I definitely would be able to do this without Axiom. It would just be like a whole lot more inconvenient because all of these archways, they're entities. They're not, well, they are blocks, but they're block entities because, you know, it needs to be in the middle and blocks can only obviously snap to the block axis. I'm actually going to have to end stream in a second because my brother will be coming home. My window of opportunity will be gone to have a quiet stream. Axiom most certainly is a lifesaver. It has helped me quite significantly throughout the majority of it. Even just like the gradient painter, right? Like if I see, I don't know how to use Axiom that well, so I still use World Edit. So if I go like this, and I select, and I set this, oops, wait, that was the wrong key. So I should set stone. This is World Edit, not Axiom. But if I go into Axiom and I select this, then I go into Gradient Painter, and, you know, maybe I want a stone and a site to cobblestone gradient, then I can go like this, and it'll just paint it on like that. And you can obviously set off these fancy settings to go like that, and then the boom, right? You've got like a gradient wall, which is like incredibly... Why didn't that work? There you go. Which is incredibly helpful. To almost. Actually, still on hard to make the big wall. Yeah, that's the one thing that I haven't quite got the hang of, which I will have to. But I certainly... Yeah, I certainly need to, because if I'm going to be using Axiom, I use it a lot more now. I'll be honest, I used World Edit and just fill commands. And now that we have the game rule command modification block limit, so like /fill isn't limited, I didn't really need to, but it's so much easier. And I use so many There's so many mods for stuff. Obviously, just stuff that, you know, sodium and lithium. Euphoria patches, that's, you know, don't worry about that. But dynamic FPS. I use so many things that just make it better, but there's a lot of things that, I use a lot of mods. I use stuff for fun, but there's, Axiom is certainly my most used mod. Also the camera utils, because you can make brilliant perspectives like this. If you ever seen YouTubers do that, that's really good to have third-person modes like that just aren't quite like that. But yeah, actually, that's good timing. My music has stopped. I don't know why, but that will be signaling the end of stream. I've gone over 6 minutes. How dare I? But yeah, hopefully this sort of stream time will be semi-regular. I don't know. I'm gonna try. I'm also probably gonna try to stream either on Twitch or on Twitch and YouTube, because Twitch is just better for streaming than YouTube, because that's their entire platform. But yeah. I know you're here, but thanks everybody else for watching, if anybody's watching in the VOD. I'm gonna head out. See ya.